What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been like a week since I put out a video. Some of you guys are probably wondering where I'm at. If you've been following me on social media, all the questions and everything happened over some of my recent posts. I got a lot of people wondering what's up. Someone commented and said, the next video you put out, you need to address all of this. So I had a video planned for today, but instead we're doing this one because I felt like there's a disconnect between like my social media. I haven't put a video out in a while. A lot of things have changed. I got a lot going on. My head is literally running at 100 miles per hour every single day. Stress is at an all-time high. Not that I'm complaining because it's what I signed up for. For me, I always feel like when I got a lot going on in my life, when I sit down and I just come out with it and I just talk on camera, and for some reason it's therapeutic in a sense. I don't go see therapists. I don't really have a lot of people that I can talk to about stuff like this, but for some reason I have a hard time talking to one person. But when it comes to putting a camera in front of me and talking to the world, so to say, for some reason that's the better option for me. I don't know, but there's three things mainly I want to cover in this video. I made some little notes on my phone here to make sure we don't get off topic. I have a tendency to ramble, so we're going to try to keep this boom, boom, boom. First one is the move and why I'm no longer moving to Texas. I want to cover that. Two is some business things I have going on, business relationships, and you guys will understand when I get there. Option three is going to be the new apparel launch, which I've had a lot of people still asking about, but I'm the type of guy, I don't like to give too many details about something until it's actually close to being here. You know, I don't want to be the guy that's talking something up with nothing ever coming out. I want to make sure when I do announce something that it's legit, and I promise you guys this is. So we'll get to all of these first, but the most important thing and the first thing I want to cover is the move. So you guys know I was wanting to move to Texas, right? We hyped it up on the channel. We haven't had a video that was called I Am Moving to Texas. So I hate to say that all fell apart because like I said, I don't like hyping stuff up and then having it not come to fruition. But I think once you guys hear my side of this, you'll understand. So no longer Texas. Texas is off the table for me. And now my mind is set on Los Angeles, California. That was a suggestion in a lot of the comments. Mainly when we first looked at it, we looked away because everybody kept saying how expensive it was to live out there and yada, yada, yada. One of the reasons why we had initially chosen Texas. Now, it's not just me in this decision, right? I got Grant coming with me and we got Ankrum coming. Both of those guys seemed kind of opposed to Los Angeles at first, just due to the price and due to, I guess, everything we were hearing from everybody else. You don't want to live in LA, yada, yada. We wanted somewhere with nice weather. We had already been to Texas. I have a lot of friends doing YouTube that are already in Texas, as well as business partners and things like that. It just seemed like it made sense. And knowing that I'd already been there, I knew that, hey, I couldn't really go wrong because anything was better than Ohio, right? So me personally, when we chose Texas, I kind of settled. That wasn't really my 100% place I wanted to go, but I was listening to this business partner telling me to go down there, listening to this person saying it's good, listen to this, and I wasn't following my gut. I was going off of what other people were saying and trying to make everybody happy. And I'm gonna tell you guys something. It's one thing to make people happy that you care about, but when it comes to your life, when it comes to making a life-altering decision, you should always do what your gut tells you to do. I'm done stepping on eggshells to make other people happy. So what ended up happening and what kind of sparked this entire change, so we were all set on Texas. We were getting ready to book our trip, have everything set up. We're gonna visit Austin, visit Houston. What kind of changed it was a falling out that I had with someone that is currently in Texas. And I was like, you know what? Like, one of the big reasons I was doing this is because it made sense for you, you know? So I decided that, screw it. I'm going after what I want. And I want to go to Los Angeles. And let me give you guys a reason as to why. And this is a story I've never told on this channel. This is something I probably never should have talked about or should talk about right now, but I'm just going to talk about it because, hey, why not? I guess getting it off your chest is always the best option, right? So when I was 18 years old, I had this dream that I wanted to get out of Ohio, that I wanted to move out to LA, become famous, and make it as a musician, as an actor, whatever. I just wanted to make it out there, right? So when I was 18, I packed up all my stuff and I moved out to California. And I did it in one of the worst ways possible. All the money I had kind of had all my stuff. I sold it all and moved out there against my parents' will, against everything. But I was following my gut at the time, or what I thought my gut was trying to tell me to do. Little did I know, I had like almost no job experience. I didn't know anything about like a big city. I'm from small cities here in Ohio, so I didn't know how like the big city mentality, the way to move, how to get a job. I just didn't know anything, right? So moved out there and I was homeless out there for probably about a week and a half. And I lived with my stepbrother probably about the other week and a half. It was close to a month I was out there. And you're probably like homeless, but it wasn't homeless in the sense that you're thinking like I had to sleep under bridges or anything like that. It was homeless in that like I would meet new people all the time and people would for some reason let me crash at their place. And I'd wake up the next day, hit the streets and do it all over again, right? right? Had like 2 or 3 pairs of clothes. One of the most miserable yet inspiring times of my life. Waking up and not having a plan, like not going to work, not having to do this, not having to do that, and literally just like following your gut all day. Just like walking around, meeting people, living life, like super enlightening. But once it finally all hit, like I had no money, I had nothing, I couldn't even afford to eat, and I was defeated. I remember I told my whole family, like, you know, I'll come back when I make it. And it was one of the hardest things I ever had to do in my life was to call my mom, tell her that like I need help, like I'm stuck out here, I have no money, I need to come home, like I just can't do this, right? And that was my first and probably my biggest failure in my entire life, I would say. And that one moment was a catalyst for a ton of other terrible things that happened throughout the years. Problems I faced with addiction, problems I faced with alcohol trouble. I've been through a lot of stuff I never talk about on this channel, ever. That defeat stuck with me for years and crushed my confidence because I told everybody I was heading out there to make it. That was Facebook, that was everything. Twitter wasn't even around then. That was just like everybody I could talk to. It was, hey, I'm heading out there, I'm doing this. I'm posting on my MySpace, it was MySpace back then. I'm going out here to do this. And I failed. And I told myself when I failed, I remember as I was leaving, I was like, one of these days, you're gonna be in a position where you can come back and you can do everything you set out to do originally, right? Obviously, life's changed a lot since then. And that was an 18-year-old Remington versus a 27-year-old Remington. It's been 9 years since I was out there, right? So obviously a lot's changed. In the end, that goal, that gut feeling for Los Angeles, California in general, is still there. So I would say that in my head, when I rationalized all this, it kind of like hit me all at once that I need to follow my dreams. That was a dream of mine when I was 18 years old. If I don't go after that and I don't move out to California like I said I would, then what am I really doing? Why would I move to Texas to appease people that don't really care about me? Why aren't I taking care of myself? And that was my mindset lately, and that's been my mindset in general lately, is that I do so much for so many other people and I help so many other people. But in the end, who's really helping me? You know? I'm making these decisions based on what I want to do, and I'm not taking orders from anybody else anymore. No one's my boss. I am self-made. I have done everything you see around you, RJF, the videos, all the whatever. I have done all that myself. You know, one thing about YouTube, a lot of these guys sign on with these third-party companies that like manage your channel and like get you promotion and get you more views and get you into your collabs as they all work as a network. I don't got that. I refused every one of them because like I said, I'm self-made and I do not want a boss. I don't want anybody telling me what I can and can't do. So that's kind of where I'm at in my life. That's why the decision's been made. I know that was long, passionate. I know I'm talking. It might seem like I'm angry. I'm not angry. I'm just passionate. This is how passion comes out. So Los Angeles, we're chasing a dream that I had when I was 18. And everybody's like, well, what if you go out there and you blah, 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 like, right? Like every possible worst case scenario. Let me tell you guys something. There is no such thing as a situation you can't get yourself out of in one form or another. If I move out there, I sign a year lease. I don't like it, I move back. If I get 3 months into that lease and I want to move back, then I move back and I just pay the rest of the lease off. It's all like, you know, there's no such thing as an impossible situation. Everybody thinks everything's end all be all. You go in and like there's no turning back. There's always a different road and always a different path. And right now my path points to Los Angeles. So that's the plan as far as fitness goes. You got Bradley Martin out there, you got Venice Beach, you got nice weather, you got quite literally everything. And I don't know about you guys, well, you guys aren't here, so I guess that didn't make any sense, but I am done with Ohio weather. I'm absolutely done. This entire week has been nothing but rain and crap, and I'm just done with it. My goal is to not spend another winter in Ohio, and you have my word on that. If I'm here when the snow hits, I don't know, I'll do like a $10,000 giveaway on the channel or something, because I am not staying here no matter what the cost. My house is ready for sale. Everything's going good with Angram's house. Grant can go whenever his lease is up in July. Boom, lickety split, we are out of here. And that's the game plan. And every day I'm longer here, I feel like that shackle around my ankle grows and grows and grows, and the negativity and the just like, I don't want any of it. I'm like hyped right now, man. Whew. Sorry, hopefully some of you guys aren't offended. Sometimes when I get like this, people are like, you're conceited, you're this, you're that. I'm just being me right now. I'm just being real. So if you don't like it, I guess it doesn't matter, does it? For those of you that like it, thumbs up button. Option 2, business relationships. I don't want to talk about this too long because I kind of covered a little bit of it in what I just talked about. But as you guys know, I'm involved in multiple companies, got a bunch of different things going on, and some of my business relationships right now are not the best. And it goes back to what I was just saying. I'm my own boss. I never want to feel like an employee. I want to feel like I'm doing things that I'm passionate about, and I want to feel like I am benefiting from the work that I do. And in a lot of these things I got going on right now, I don't feel like that's the case, and I don't feel like I'm valued for what I really bring to the table, and I feel like every moment that I can be stabbed a little bit in the back, or I can have a little bit taken out of my pocket. It happens. I'm in a weird spot with that stuff too. So as far as business relationships go, I don't know. Once again, like I said, I'm gonna be my own boss. I don't take orders from anybody, especially people that want to take advantage of me. That's where I'm at with that. I don't want to get into too much detail because I don't know. I honestly, things are up in the air right now. I don't know. But I'm not the type of guy that takes things laying down. I'm not the type of guy that lets people run all over me. And I'm not the type of guy that's gonna take orders from somebody else. And that's it. That's it. So business relationship standpoint, there you go. And then option 3, I got option 1, option 2, option 3 things to talk about is going to be the apparel launch. So I talked about it, man, this is probably like a month and a half ago. It's been a while in the works, but what you guys have to understand about launching a new company, you can do what I did with RJ Fit. I was looking for a shirt or something I could pull up, but you guys know my RJF clothing line. That, I don't want to say that was rushed, but it was. I built that website in one day. The design was essentially my RJF with an IT added to the end, and we got some shirts, we printed on them. Cool stuff, I loved that. It was all a learning experience, awesome process. But when it comes time to launch a legitimate apparel company, and when I mean legitimate, I mean not saying that a basic screen printing one isn't, but if you want to do it big, right, and you want to be able to provide a high quality product, think Alphalete, think Everforward, think Alpha, you got to have your stuff be unique, and you got to have it be designed custom. You just don't buy a shirt, like look at this right here. This isn't a shirt that you just buy and someone prints on, right? This was designed by them. Look at this design right here, this little button thing. Like there's a lot of pieces that make this shirt a good choice, right? So that's how my apparel launch is, and that's what has been going on. I've been working with a professional designer in Dubai that is handling all of my apparel designs. So basically I reach out to him like, hey, I want this specific pair of shorts, but I want to have this pocket here, special thing here. I want this material here, and I want these strings like this. I want this to be this color, blah, blah, blah. And he handles it. So it takes a while, right? And I actually just got a few days ago, we got final confirmation that all of the designs are finished. The stuff is awesome. I can't wait to actually share it with you guys. So by the end of this week, I will have full manufacturing prices down for like our quotas and everything we gotta do like that. And I'll start getting my samples in so I can personally wear the stuff, sample it, make sure it's of high enough quality for you guys. Because like I said, this isn't gonna be just some cookie cutter run of the mill deal. This is gonna be the big leagues. I'm done not putting 100% of myself into my projects. With this, I have made sure I am meticulous in making sure everything is 100% the way that I want it to be, and the way that if someone wears it, I want someone to go, oh my gosh, that is dope. I need to go buy one, right? Word of mouth is the most powerful marketing tool you have. That's what's up with that. So I'm gonna let you guys know, like, that is still moving along. Once everything's here, I'll announce all of it. But like I said, I don't like announcing ahead of time and hyping things up too much because I believe in, patience and letting things come naturally. So that's what's up with that. We got the website in development right now. We got Grant working on graphics, GIFs, things like that for it. And on a final note, I'm gonna talk to you guys about my weekend and maybe why my mindset is in the place it's in. So I got an email about 4 months ago from a guy named Tony. Now I get emails like this all the time, and when you are doing what I'm doing, there are sirens everywhere. When you are doing what I'm doing, you tend to be in the public eye a little more, so you get a lot of emails, and some are very creepy. I'm not gonna lie, like, hey, will you meet me up in Columbus behind this dumpster? Things like that, or just weird stuff. And there, at a certain point with emails, you gotta pick and choose which ones you respond to, because if I responded to everybody, that'd be all my days, right? But I try to keep it professional and respond to the ones that need responding to. One stuck out to me in particular. I had an email from a guy named Tony, and he said that he had been diagnosed with ALS about 7 months prior. Average life expectancy was 2 to 5 years after getting your diagnosis, right? He said him and a buddy were big fans of the channel, and one of the things on his bucket list right before meeting The Rock, he said, I was number 2. Oh, to The Rock, I'll take it. He said was to come and meet me, meet the crew, hang out, spend the day with us or whatever, get a lift in. He just said that was on his bucket list, right? He gave me some dates, asked me if any of these worked, and something about this email, I normally, like I said, my days are so busy I don't really have time, but I told him, yeah, dude, you come in town, I can sympathize with everything you got going on. I'll meet up with you, see what we can do, right? Now let me explain to you guys what ALS is real quick. ALS is a disease that targets the nerves in your body that control your muscles. So you eventually start losing feeling in your arm, which is what happened with Tony. He couldn't grip a dumbbell, things like that, and it spreads to different parts of your body. It gets harder to talk, things like breathing. Anything that requires a muscular contraction can start to fail, and inevitably your body kind of shuts down. And I think what gets most people is that your diaphragm quits working and you can't breathe. Obviously, sounds terrible. So fast forward to this past weekend, right? I was gonna vlog it, but then I decided not to because, I don't know, something told me not to, so I didn't. Tony showed up with a buddy of his, and we met him, got a lift in, got dinner, and the entire time, the only thing I could think about was how positive Tony was and how much that he just didn't seem to be letting his condition affect him. We were training, he could only do machines, couldn't really hold a dumbbell. He'd lost a ton of strength. His before pictures, he was pretty beastie. Something like that would cripple most people mentally. You just give up. If you only think you might have less than 2 years left to live, why go to the gym if your muscles are only gonna fail you, right? Why do this? Why do that? Why do anything? Why not just lay on the couch all day and watch TV, right? His motto, which was posted on the back of his truck, was faith over fear. And he told me he was gonna live out the rest of his days, no matter how long, no matter how short they were, going after everything on his bucket list and living life to the fullest. He loved fitness before, he's gonna continue loving fitness after. And for as long as he can, he's gonna make it into the gym and he's gonna keep training. And keep in mind, he can't train legs or back because the last 2 times he did, he had seizures, which put him in the hospital. That's how bad his condition is. Yet he's still in there with us, lifting, laughing, eating, telling jokes. As much as he might consider me going and meeting him a favor to him, the ultimate favor was imparted on not only me, but my entire team. We came away from that and it really switched my entire belief system around like everything going on right now, right? I'm sitting here complaining about, you know, oh, and I'm gonna have to move across the country. Oh, this is too hard. I'm too stressed. I gotta edit this video. You know, I got whatever I'm complaining about. And this guy doesn't know how much longer he's got, and he's giving every day 100%. That entire experience really just hit me hard, hit me real hard, and changed me, which is might be kind of why I'm coming off maybe this way in this video. I just realized that how many people make excuses and never go after what they want until it's too late, right? You tell yourself, what if? You tell yourself this, you tell yourself that. Why you aren't doing what you're doing. Excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse. Overanalysis paralysis. You're falling victim to yourself. After spending that day with him, it's time to go. And I do truly believe everything happens for a reason, and you meet certain people for a reason. There's a reason why I seen that specific email. There's a reason why I agreed to it. There's a reason why we met up. And there's a reason why I'm telling you guys this right now. Everything's connected. Everything has a purpose and a reason for happening. It just reminded me that like, we only have one life, right? You got to live that life to the fullest. You got to go after what you want. Because if you don't, you are never going to know what could have been, ever. There's so many things you could be absolutely great at, but you're quitting too soon. You're not keeping up with it. You're not sticking with it. I have so many people reach out to me about starting YouTube channels. And they're like, I started YouTube, Then I see 4 videos and they give up. Like, oh, it was too hard or no one watched. Man, I put out 100 videos before anybody cared. You know, like consistency, going after it, chasing dreams. Like it's all right there. You just got to do it. Quit making excuses. And for Tony, he kind of cemented why I'm doing what I'm doing right now and where I see myself in the future and why I'm not gonna make any excuses. I'm not gonna give up. So this has been one of the longest videos I might have ever done. I've been talking forever. I apologize for that. Hopefully this helped clear some stuff up. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below about anything we talked about. I don't care. I love hearing from you guys. I love reading the comments. So thank you guys. CrossFit video I filmed yesterday. We'll be dropping that in the next couple days, so be on the lookout. I think that's it. So as always, don't forget to smile, remain positive, and paste them in a comment because you never know whose day you can make them better. With that, we are out of here. This has been Remington James Production. I will see you fine, ladies and gentlemen, at the next video. See you guys.